Okay, let's quickly review the standard set of chords for Here Comes the Sun. We've got our D, that's the top 3 strings on the 2nd fret. And a G major 7, which is an unusual chord, but all we have to do is take those 3 fingers and move them down 1 string. So we're on the 2nd fret of all 3 bottom strings. Let's just try making that switch. So that's D, G major 7. From there, we're going to go to A7. So just slide that index finger over for A7. Go back to D. Go back to G major 7. A7. Noticing the pattern? D, G major 7. Now it's going to be different. E7. And I say, there's a D. And then we have a little riff at the end, which is G, D, G, D, A7. Let's do that again. G, D, G, D, A7. So let's go ahead and play that through. Starting on the D. Little darling, it's been a long, cold, lonely winter. Little darling, it feels like years since you've been here. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say, it's alright, doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. With this song, we can do some variations with the chords just to make it a little bit more fun. I'm going to play it for you first, and then I'll explain what those variations are. So. Little darling, it's been a long, cold, lonely winter. Little darling, it feels like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say, it's alright, do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. You hear how fun that was? Let's go ahead and play with exactly what those chords are and experiment with that. So first you have your D, which is just this, that 1, 2, 3 on the 2nd fret of the top 3 strings. To turn that into a D sus2, all you do is lift up your ring finger. So you've just got those 2 fingers there. Let's listen to that again. D, D sus2. D, D sus2. Our transition on that's a little tricky because we're going D, D sus2, back to D. Okay. The next one is that G major 7. Again, that's the fingers 1, 2, 3 on the bottom 3 chords. So we just move that D down one row. Okay, so here's our G major 7. We're going to pick up 1 finger. This time we're picking up the middle finger of that chord. That's tricky for me because up here we picked up the bottom finger of the chord. Here we're picking up the middle finger. Okay, so that means I have finger number 1 on the C and finger number 3 on the A. So let's play that. It's G major 7, G6, G major 7, G6, G major 7, G6. Okay, so in that strum pattern, we're going to do that and then switch into A7. All right, so speaking of A7, that's typically here on that 1st fret. To turn it into an A7 sus4, we just slide it down 1. Okay, so. Alrighty, let's go ahead and try playing that version of this chord structure. All right, so remember we're going to have that D, D sus2, D. Move down to your G major 7. G major 7, G6, A7, A7 sus4. And then we repeat that again. G, that's your D, D, D sus2, D, G major 7, G6, A7, second part of the verse goes a little differently. D for a while. Lift up that third finger to turn into D sus2. G major 7. Then we're going to move to the E7. Then a D. And now the riff is fast, so got to be ready for this one. It's going to go G major 7. Move them all up to D. Down to G6. Up to D sus2. And A7. Now I feel like you should be able to do that with 4 fingers. That we could do are the bottom 3 make sure G major 7, the top 3 make sure D, the middle and pinky for the G6, and then the top and middle for the D sus2 and the A7. So if that's easier, you can do it that way. All right, ready to try that? Let's go ahead and try a playthrough. And you can just do a regular D there, or you can try that variation with the D sus2. You do your regular G major 7, or play with throwing some G6s in there. Regular A7, or go ahead and throw in the variation there too as well. I'm going to kind of go off and on with doing the variations throughout to see how it sounds. Starting on our D. Let's just play with switching that over to the key of G. Starting with a G, move to a C and a D and so on. You can play with those chords in the same way you did in the previous version. So we're going to try shifting. Here's our G. We shift it to a G sus2 just by picking up that middle finger. Okay. The C, we can shift to a C major 7 just by sliding it up to the 2nd fret. And the D, we could change to a D sus4 by taking our ring finger and putting it on the 3rd fret instead, and putting that pinky on the 4th fret as well. Or you could just do a D7 here. So have your D and pop that on for the 7. Or of course you could do the Hawaiian D7. I kind of prefer the switch to the pinky D7 or the D sus4. Okay, let's try playing that through. Let's play with that. We're going to start with that G and then lift it up to be a G sus2. Little darling, it's been a long winter. Little darling, feels like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun. Let's work on the riff, and this is from the tutorial by Bernadette, which I will link to at the end of this video. Okay, start with your G chord. Okay, you got your G chord set up. We're going to strum that one time. We're going to go down and pick that A string, the bottom string, with all the fingers still in place. Now pick the E string, again without changing anything about your fingers. Now we're going to go back to that A string, but lift up that finger and play it open. And then put that finger back down and play it again. Okay, the tab makes it look complicated, but that's all there is. So play the G, pick the A string, pick the E string, lift up your finger and play the A, put your finger down and play the A. Okay, that's the first riff. Okay, the second riff, here's the finger shape you're going to want to start with. You have that first finger on the 2nd fret of C, second finger, middle finger, on the 3rd fret of E, and then the 3rd finger on the 4th fret of the C chord. And we're going to hold this shape for pretty much the whole time. And we're going to, so that's what we're doing with our left hand. Now let's look what we're doing with our right hand. With our right hand, we're going to pick with the thumb on the C, first finger on the E, second finger on the A. And let's ignore what we're doing up here for a minute. And all we're going to do is do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's the same pattern. We're going to pick 3 times. And then we're just going to settle on the E chord, on the E string, and go 1, 2, 3, and then pop the C string to be done. Okay, so again, the pattern we're trying with our right hand is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Is that 3 or 4? I lose track. And then 1, 2, 3, boom. Okay, now let's put those together. So we start with that finger pattern, finger placement up here. So again, first finger on the 2nd fret of C, second finger on the 3rd fret of E, 3rd finger on the 4th fret of C. Okay, so we're going to pick that pattern. So C string, E string, A string. Now we're going to lift up our 3rd finger. So this time when we pick the C string, we're on the 2nd fret. 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to pick up that first finger so that C string is totally open. And put that first finger back down. Okay, let's just do that part and then we'll worry about the end of it. So with all of our fingers in place, pick, choose 3, lift up the ring finger, pick, choose 3, pick up the index finger, put down the index finger. Okay, let's try that all together. after that, we're going to focus on just that E string, but let's shift our fingers a little bit. We're going to shift our fingers to this. So we've got the first finger on the C string, 2nd fret, and then our second finger on the 2nd fret, third finger on the 3rd fret of the E string, because that will let us pick the E string, pick that finger up, pick the E string, pick that finger up, pick the E string, play the C string. Okay, so again, let's get our fingers in position for that second part. And we're going to pick E, lift it up, pick E, lift it up, pick E, pick C. Okay, let's put the whole thing together. So put your fingers in the right positions. And we're going to go 1, 2, 3, pick up the ring finger, pick up the index finger, put down the index finger, and then get your fingers in the new position. And we're going to go pick E, lift it up, and pick E, lift it up, and pick A. Okay, let's try that a little bit more up at speed. So again, find that initial finger position here. And we're going to go. That again. Try that whole chorus starting on the G. Here comes the sun. You can find the full tutorial of that on Bernadette's video, which is linked at the end of the video, and then there's also a play along linked as well. Lots of fun to have with Here Comes the Sun, lots of challenges to find in Here Comes the Sun.